Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining me for the Karma Yoga class today. Our Vinyasa flow is going to be a flow to peak, so our theme is strength and empowerment. So I'll invite you to challenge yourself, but at the same time, should anything feel uncomfortable, please listen to your body and come out of the pose. Yoga looks different for everyone, even from day-to-day versions of ourselves. So do what you need to for your experience today. I will offer both modifications and challenges, and you are always welcome to take Tadasana, which is mountain pose like this, or child's pose like this, should you not choose to participate in a movement.
Okay, good to know.
So this is your yoga journey. I'm just here to guide. We'll begin with a short meditation, so you may remain seated, but I invite you to close down the eyes or take a soft gaze. All right, so take stock of what you're feeling right now. Physically, emotionally, intellectually, maybe even spiritually. And then let's set an intention for our practice today. It may be something like, I want to be open to learning new things, or we might go along with our theme for today, maybe something like, I want to feel strong. Take a deep breath in, think about your intention, and exhale out everything else. Another deep breath in, and exhale out. One more breath in, hold at the top, and let it out. Okay. Wonderful. So you may slowly open your eyes. And we're just going to start where we're at, with crossed legs. And we're just going to begin with some gentle neck rolls, right? So if you roll your head down, and then maybe over to the left shoulder, and over to the right shoulder, back and forth as feels necessary. Switch directions if you haven't already.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Are we supposed to go like around?
So you can, but I find that some people it pinches if they do that, so I prefer people just go side to side.
Okay,
That's the same for me. So I'm glad you asked, because I kept trying to look.
That's what I thought,
That's a good
because
question.
like in old buildings, they said not to go around. And I
Okay, so
wasn't sure.
side to,
Okay.
yeah, that makes sense, okay.
Then we can stop there anyway. We're just going to do a couple gentle shoulder rolls, do some shoulder joints. And then switch directions. We'll do a seated cat-cow. So we're going to exhale out and kind of squeeze our elbows. Send our back out. And then inhale, send the chest forward, breathe in. Exhale out. Inhale, chest up. One more, exhale out. Inhale forward. And bring it back to neutral spine. And we can do some barrel rolls. So if you bring your chest forward, try to move it to the side, and then back, to the side, and just loosening up the spine.
Yeah, like this, I gotta remember this, just like if I'm sitting. Yeah.
Switch directions. Floor for answer. She did. So we're going to assume that.
Yes.
Alright. And then, so we're going to inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale, twist your body down to the right side. And bring your hands to the front and back. Inhale the arms up. And exhale. exhale down to the other side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down to the right again. And the trick with this is we want to be using our spine and our muscles, not our arms to
Across.
Inhale up. And exhale down. Come back to center. Alright, and then we're going to switch over so that we are kneeling. So we're just going to come onto all fours like this. I find it helps to have the toes tucked, but you can also just simply hold up like this. We're going to do bird dogs. So if you tighten up the core a little bit, and then make sure you're pressing your hands firmly through the ground, so that your shoulders aren't like this, but like this. Alright, and then if you inhale, and then exhale, send the right arm and left leg out. Inhale down, and then exhale out. And then if this is tricky, you can always use a block to support yourself here. Inhale down, exhale up. Sorry, that's okay. Inhale down. All right, and then last one, inhale up, exhale, sorry. And inhale down. And then we're going to do thread the needle. So take an inhale and sweep the left arm up to the sky. And then exhale down and send the arm to the other side underneath your body. Inhale up. Exhale down, send it through again. And then inhale up. And on this exhale, we're just going to hold it down here for a little bit, maybe 2 breaths. So you don't have to rest on your shoulder. You can also put a block down here if it feels uncomfortable to go all the way to the ground. All right. Or if you want to challenge yourself, you can also send the other arm up to the sky. And then send everything back to center. Inhale back to tabletop. Yes. All right, so then we'll do the other side. Send the right arm up. Inhale. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up one more time. And then exhale down and hold it for 2 breaths. And then inhale back up to tabletop. And then we'll just take a moment and sit back in the child's pose. So send the sacrum back toward the heels. Forehead can maybe touch the mat. And from here, if you kind of look forward and tuck the toes, you can either come up onto the knees or lift directly up into the downward facing dog. Tuck the knees and then lift up through the heels. There you go. Okay. So this is downward facing dog. We'll come back to this pose a lot. We can pedal out the feet here. This will kind of loosen up our hamstrings a little bit. And then when you feel ready, you can walk the feet up toward the hands. Okay. Now we're in forward fold. If you halfway lift, place the hands on the shins and look forward with a flat back. Inhale, and then exhale back down to forward fold. And then on an inhale, sweep the arms up and reach toward the sky. And then bring hands down to heart center. All right, now we're ready to do our sun salutation.
All right.
You feel okay so far?
Yes.
All right, good.
You
feel okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I don't know how I look.
It's okay.
Non-judgment.
Doesn't matter. As long as you feel okay, then we're good.
Yeah.
All right, so we are starting from Tadasana, which is our mountain pose. So you want to ground through the feet, through the toes, through the heels, shoulders straight, and crown of the head going upward. And then we'll bring the arms up. And then we will send the hips back and come down into forward fold. Inhale up into halfway forward fold. And then exhale down back into forward fold. And then we're going to send the right foot back. So I'm going to show you the modified version, which is a low lunge. So you can put the knee down. And then we're just going to sit up into a low lunge. Or if you so choose, you can also do a full lunge. It's whatever you choose. So here's the low lunge. And there you go. And then you can keep the hands down if it helps, like this on the blocks. You can put the hands on the hips or hands at heart center. And then from there, we're going to place the hands down by the feet. Send the left foot back to meet the right. And then we're going to, our knees are already down, so send the chest down. Like, yeah. And then the chin. And then we're going to use our back muscles and come up into cobra, like this. And then set down. And we're going to tuck our toes. And you come up onto the knees. And then send it up into downward facing dog. Pedal up the feet if you like. Alright, and then we're going to bring the left foot forward again. So you can step it up a little bit or step it off. However you can get there. You need to walk it up a little. There you go. Okay. And then you can put that right knee down again, sorry. And then we'll just come up. Maybe you feel a little bit of a stretch in that right hip flexor. Okay. And then we'll put the hands down. Tuck the toes on the right foot, and then walk it or lift it back to the front, so that we're in forward fold. And then halfway lift, inhale, into halfway forward fold. Exhale down to forward fold. And then inhale all the way up. And then exhale, hands down to heart center. So that's one side of our sun salutation. Okay, and we'll do the other side. All right, so inhale, arms up, and then exhale, fold down into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down. And this time we'll send the left foot out. So you can keep it down or keep it in a lunge, whatever feels best. And then this is what a high crescent lunge looks like. And then we're going to frame the front foot again and send the right leg back. So you can do knees, chest, chin again, or if you like, you can do chaturanga, which is like a plank. Yeah. And then lower down like this. And then lift into upward facing dog. Very good. Okay, and then from there, you can come back up into downward facing dog. So yeah, tuck the toes and then send the hips back. Okay, and then send the right foot forward again. So you can walk it up. If you need to put that left leg down.
Oh,
yeah. There we go. Okay. And then just come up into our lunge. And then hands back up front foot again. And then tuck the toes and walk it or lift to the front. Alright. And we're in our forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, reverse swan. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right, that's our sun salutation. So feel okay?
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. Keep moving. I got a warrior flow for you next.
Okay.
So we'll start right here. We're in our mountain pose. And then I'm gonna have you step back into warrior one. So maybe we'll start with the right side.
Okay.
So if you put the, right foot back, it doesn't have to be a super long pose. You just want to be able to lunge comfortably.
Okay.
So it can be a higher one like this, or you can be super low like this, whatever feels best.
Okay.
Some people like to do it on a tightrope like this. I prefer to kind of walk it out a little bit.
Okay, a little staggered kind
It feels better.
Yeah.
Yes, and then our hands are up in the air like this. Shoulder blades kind of coming down our back a little bit. Okay. And then we'll take a breath here. And then inhale. And exhale down, we're going to kind of rotate the hips to the right side a little bit and bring the arms down. And eyes look over the left hand, front hand. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale, flip the palm of the left hand and send everything down. So right hand toward the thigh, left hand toward the sky. And then we're going to, send this left hand to the side and then sweep the right arm up and around. And then, where's this arm supposed to be? On the thigh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yep, and that is an extended side angle. You can also make it a little more difficult if you want. You can put your arm down like this, or if it helps, you can also have the arm resting on a block. And then inhale back up to warrior two. I'm sorry, warrior one. So, yep, there we go. Perfect. And then make sure your pelvis is more facing the front of your mat. And then we're going to step into warrior three, which is a little difficult. So make sure your weight is in this front foot. We're going to just kind of gently lift and step forward like this. So if I have to have blocks.
I have to have the blocks.
Yes. Yes. So warrior three will usually look something like this.
Okay.
Or it could look like this with some support. As long as your hips are square and your weight is in this front foot, then you're doing fine. Make sure you're breathing too. And then we can just set the front foot right next to the, or back foot next to the front. And then inhale up. All right, I'm gonna take a drink of water before we start. You're welcome to do the same. And then we're gonna do that on the other side.
Okay.
So if we start in mountain pose, we send the left foot to the back. Wherever it's comfortable. Yep, and we're gonna keep that back foot at kind of a 45-degree angle. This will keep our hip joint the other way. So it feels a little bit more. Okay, and then arms up. Yep. Inhale. And then exhale, turn the pelvis, turn the chest. There we go. And you can look out over that front hand, right hand.
Oh, this way.
Yeah. There you go. And you want to be stacking your shoulders over your hips. And then inhale. Exhale, send the back arm down, front arm up. Okay, and then exhale, and send the right arm toward the thigh, and sweep the left arm out in front and up. Send the left arm back to the back of the room, come back up into warrior two. And then shift a little bit, so your hips are facing forward and your arms are up into warrior one. Okay. And then start transferring your weight onto that front foot. And then slowly step it forward. Right hands to blocks here. And then just lift through that back front foot, I'm sorry. And then set that front foot. Sorry, lift your leg down. Okay, and then go back up into Tadasana. Or sorry, that's hard center. Tadasana. Okay. Beautiful. So feeling okay?
Yes.
Alright, wonderful. I think we have time. I'm gonna add in an extra balancing pose. Okay, so if you want, I'll just do it in the middle of my mat. It's called a tree pose. So this one's just nice and gentle. Put your weight into, let's say, the left foot. Alright, and then, so.
Oh, left, okay, so then the right.
Either way.
Okay.
So I'm on my left leg. Giving me a hard time, thank you. Okay, so yeah.
No, I should have probably, it's okay, here we go.
Okay, so as long as you have your weight in one leg.
Okay.
You can just leave your toes here on the ground, that's a nice starting point.
Okay.
If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can bring that leg up to your calf. That's nice. Or if you really want a challenge, sorry, that's hard for me today, is you can bring that foot up to like the crease of your thigh.
That's cool.
That's a little bit of a challenge today. I'm gonna stick with this one. And you can have your hands on your hips, you can have your hands at heart center, or you can send them up to the sky with branches. This is a nice tree pose. Very grounding, just to connect with nature.
I like it.
And then make sure you're breathing. It's okay to remember that branches waving, right? 2 more breaths here and then we'll come back to neutral. Okay, and then bring it back to center. Alright, very good. Okay, and then we're gonna shift into the other leg. Sometimes one leg is stronger than the other. And that's
Yes,
okay.
oh gosh, I've learned that, it's like.
So if you need to do something different on the other side, that's totally fine. So again, you can start with your toes just on the ground, or you can bring them up to your calf, or you might get a hand to get it up here. Sometimes it helps if you find a focal point, maybe like 6 feet in front of you on the ground, something that's unmoving. And now I think we'll start to come toward the ground. So I like to do that in a Vinyasa squat. So what you're gonna do is send the feet out to the sides of your mat. And then I'm just gonna squat down, but you can also take a block and put it underneath your sacrum to like sit on, like a little seat. Okay, like this. But essentially what you want to be able to do is feel the stretch in your hips. And if you are able today, you can also use your elbows a little bit and kind of open the knees a little bit. And you want to feel that you have a straight back. Maybe it would help if you tuck the tailbone underneath. I'm hypermobile, that does not help me. Sometimes it also feels nice to rock a little bit here.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Okay, and then if you put your hands down, I'm going to put down my right knee, and then I'm actually going to send my left heel toward my right wrist. And then put the knee down, and maybe send that right leg back out a little. Yep, you got it. Now, if this is uncomfortable, you can also put a block underneath that left hip, or if you really don't like it this way, you can also do it supine like this. Yeah, supine figure 4 is about the same stretch. Anyway, so in pigeon, or sorry, this is a half pigeon. We might feel the stretch in this back part of the leg.
Yeah, I feel that. This is good though.
Yes. And you can stay up like this, or you are welcome to put the elbows down for more stretch, or sometimes you can even go out like this. So you feel a stretch in the back as well as the legs. And then still coming back up. Alright. And then you can send this left leg, actually tuck the toes off the right leg. Bring the left one back to knee, and then you can bring the right one forward. Send the right heel toward the left wrist.
It took me a while the first one.
It takes a little bit. And you can send, the left leg backwards, yes. That'll create some more room. And then you can stay here. You can go down up to the elbows. Or if you like, you can even stretch it out further. I'm going to stay on the elbows on this side. And then start to come back up. And then touch the toes over here so you can bring that right leg and then we can make our way into a seated position like this. So our next one is staff pose. And for this, I did give you straps if you would like. So we want to make sure we're sitting up tall on our sits bones, back pretty straight, and then you don't have to use the strap. Inhale, and then exhale, reach the arms forward toward the toes, keeping the back straight. Now, this stretch is kind of my enemy, so I'm going to use the strap. Okay. So what you can do is it basically makes your arms longer. I'm going to wrap it around my feet, and then that way I can just stretch this here without having to wrench my back.
I like that.
Yeah. So this one I feel a lot in the hamstrings.
Yeah.
Gotta get more of these straps. Yes, I improvised.
Hey, this still works.
Good. And then when you're ready, we can set this to the side. We're gonna do a couple straddle stretches. I'm probably using it. I'm gonna take you guys. So this one, probably best if you can come to the more forward part of your sit bones. And sometimes it helps to have a block underneath. If you can't do that, so I've actually just propped you up so you got more
Yeah,
heading.
I can't really reach that.
Let me try this. So what we're gonna do is we're going to start, we'll do sides and then center. So we can sit up nice and tall and then rotate our chest, I'm sorry. So that our belly button is like facing our knee. Or sorry, sternum, facing the knee. All right, and then you can reach toward the calf, reach toward the toes. If you want to use the strap and make your arms longer, you can totally do that. Like this. Just so that way you're getting the stretch in
Yeah.
your leg. We'll come back up to center. And then we'll do the other side, so however feels best for you, make sure the sternum is above the knee, and then fold forward over that way. And then ready, come back up. And then we'll do the center. So you can hold from the hips, or you can use your hands walking forward to help you out a little bit. Whatever feels best. And then you can come back up. And then under any complications with that. We can do a butterfly stretch here. So bring the feet together. Rock a little bit if you need to move your hand out of the way. And then if you want, you can put your hands together like so and then help them underneath the toes. It doesn't matter if your knees come all the way to the ground or the front. You just want to be able to feel it kind of on the inner thigh. And you can stay here, or you can fold it over the feet as you like. You can send the elbows out and kind of press them into the legs if you want a deeper stretch. And come back up and down. And then I'll switch to the side so you can see. But if you cross one leg in front of you like you're going to sit crisscross applesauce. No, I'm sorry. Okay, it's easier if we start from step first, so send the legs out in front of you. And then take whichever leg you want, and then bring it up and put the foot next to the other knee. Yep, on the outside of it. Good. Okay. And then we're going to twist again. So if you want, you can send the hands up or keep them at heart center and just twist to the opposite side. Now here, if you want, you can use the elbow to shift a little bit, get into a deeper stretch. Or you can release, exhale, and then you can sometimes go deeper. Okay, inhale here, and then exhale on the twist. There we go. Can also send a hand out to balance a little bit. And if you can, look over that shoulder toward the back of the room. And then come back to center. And we'll put that leg down. And then bring up the other leg, 7 foot outside the other knee. You will inhale, exhale, twist to the left. And then halfway release, inhale. And then exhale, twist a little more. And then you can put that other hand down in the back, that'll help balance. And then bring everything back to neutral. Shake it out a little bit. Alright, and then, so if you want a little bit of a challenge, we can do a boat pose, or you can just lower to the ground. So if you want to meet us on the ground, you can, or lift the legs, lift the arms, and then slowly lower down to the mat.
That's a good one.
Yeah, good for the abs. Okay, and then from here, make sure you have the block by your side. So what we're going to do is we're going to first plant the hands by your sides and lift through the heels to bring the pelvis up toward the sky. And we're just going to breathe in this bridge pose for about 2 breaths. And then take your trusty block and put it underneath your sacrum. And we're going to rest the hips on it. We got this one.
Yeah, okay. Making sure I have the right direction.
Yeah. And then put the hands down by the side again. And then slowly, we're just going to lift the legs up toward the sky. You might have to shift your hips a little bit. And then if you can, flex your feet like this, kind of sending the heels upward. And we'll stay here for a little bit. If we were to hold this pose for a long time, it actually helps drain the lymphatic nodes behind the knees.
Oh, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm. It's one of Lauren's tricks. Now, if it's uncomfortable to do it like this, you can always bring your mat toward the wall and just put your legs up the wall with your sacrum on the ground. This works just as well. And whenever you're ready, we can put the legs down. We can lift through our heels to lift the hips, and then take away the block. Perfect. Okay. And then, so from here.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
I think I do. When we went underneath, I only went on one side. Was I supposed to go on?
Oh,
Hips.
no, I just had it that we were lifting both legs
okay.
at once. Did you
Because that
only
would
have
have felt
one?
much better. I hadn't tried that.
Oh my God.
I did it though.
That's great.
Hey, like that lady.
I think I did. Okay.
Yeah, we can keep going if you want to switch sides then.
Remember, now you'll remember this.
Yes, I will.
So now if you want to just draw the knees in toward the chest, I'm just gonna, you can roll it out a little bit here. You can circle the knees. I'm just gonna rock from side to side. You have the option to take happy baby or dead bug, whichever here. If you bring the hands toward the outsides of the feet. Oh, outside here. Yeah, focus.
This always feels good. Lauren actually taught me this one
Oh, good.
a long time ago. I was like, oh my God, it is a baby.
Yeah.
Like you picture a little baby, you know, like perfect.
Right. That feels so nice.
Oh my
I
God,
feel it
so
in the
good.
lower back.
Just-
And then whenever you're ready, you can just come down and lay flat on the mat. Okay. And we're going to prepare to take our final Shavasana. So make sure you're in a comfortable pose. Shake out any tension. Do whatever you need to feel comfortable. Sometimes I like to lay with my knees up because my back hurts.
Oh, that's a good, yeah, kind of get that lower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which if you're gonna do that, it kind of helps if you send the feet out toward the side and let the knees cave in. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to invite you to close down the eyes or again take a soft gaze. Allow your body to take in all of the hard work that you've done. You might want to take a scan of your body, notice where there's any lingering tightness or tension, and just start to let it go. Feel your senses draw inward and focus on your breath, just breathing in and out. In about 8 minutes, I'm going to start guiding you back into
She has, I know she has.
You can even use your right arm like a pillow. And then whenever you feel ready, use that left arm to kind of prop yourself up. And come into an easy seated pose.
very relaxing
It was.
experience.
You get in like the zone at the end, like, if I didn't have to get up, you feel your body is
You were
like
very
totally
helpful.
relaxed. Yeah. That was awesome.
Was there anything I could have explained better?
I don't think so. No, you did good. Modifications. Yeah,
Anything you might like to stretch out next time? or- All right.
Yeah,
did you think did you need any more? Like, do you feel like you?
I need all of them, but, no, they felt good, and I think with me, it's just doing it more in the balance part.
Oh, me too,
out
yeah.
there. But I think I did okay outside that, I felt pretty confident.
Hey, you,
Yeah,
we lasted.
You're keeping up, so.
Yeah,
it's so grounding and relaxing.
it is. But still, like, when you're holding, like, you feel it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
ooh.
I always loved
It was good. In a different way too, because I'm not used to this, I'm like, it's a good, different thing. Yeah.
It really kind of makes you think about like which muscles are you engaging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, you bet. Thank you for teaching.
And I think some of the leg stretches I do every day really help with some of the leg things we did.
Yes.
Very good to keep up with all of that.